Lori, great to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
So I want to start with the news of the day. Come inside the Bloomberg. It's the relationship between the S&P and the 10-year yield. It pretty much matches up. When you wind up seeing a sell-off in the 10-year Treasury and yields move higher, you wind up seeing S&P actually do better. Is that what we're going to continue to see?
I think for a while, because you're seeing leadership in the market shift change. Basically, you're going over to financials. Rising rates are good for financials. I think markets have really been waiting for this trade to take off.
Are people allocating more and more to equities and less to debt as a practical matter because they've paid off so well? And is that accounting in part for what you're seeing here?
I think so. I mean, you've generally been seeing the equity allocations rise.
So meaning that if we hit, so what level of the 10-year, though, freaks people out? I asked Gina this before.
Yeah, I listened to that discussion, and I would say my threshold's a little bit higher. We did a study at one point where we looked at how much the 10-year has to go up before you see a negative reaction in markets. And basically it's about 300 bips from bottom to top. So, maybe somewhere around 4%, a high 3. So we've got some room, I think.
So you wouldn't categorize this as a melt-up yet?
I don't think it's a melt-up. I think it's a healthy rotation. I mean, even, we're concerned about crowding and things like tech. The tech ownership, it doesn't look crazy crowded. It just looks crowded to me.
So what are we rotating to? I mean, tech was a great year last year. It's not going to be this year, you're suggesting, perhaps. Where's it going to go?
I think this is the year we're finally going to veer back to value. So you're seeing things like financials do well. Industrials are doing fabulously. One of our analysts told us this is the best fundamentals they've seen in years. You're starting to see areas like consumer discretionary, where the valuations have been beaten down a little bit. People are starting to finally get interested in those. They're not totally freaked out about the internet. I think people are really trying to get away from that secular growth story now that we've got a little bit of cyclical growth going.